Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 4 on No Man's Land with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, I'm recording this one right on the heels of our last episode, so I have our leased fertilizer spreader down here at the farm, and I believe, as I mentioned when we leased it, it's a 42-meter spread, so it should make pretty short work of this chore. Just one little strip we need to do to complete this field. Does make short work of this, no doubt. When we get this field done, we'll jump out and check it. We should be at 100% fertilization on this one. Oh, it's wide, but it's not that wide. That's a little better. That's our two small fields done already. We'll jump out here and check our fields. Because we plowed grass in here, we got a 50% fertilizing credit. So we are now 100% fertilized on this field. If we check this one down here, other than the band around the outside, you can see we're only 50%, and that's because this was a cultivated field already, so we need to fertilize this one again. But all our fields need lime, so I'll finish up this fertilizing on the last two fields. We'll get set up for the lime, and I'll catch up with you then. Well, that job's done, and you can see we used just over half our fertilizer. We'll unload here and go get some lime. Well, I didn't see that coming. I guess that's not going to work. Obviously, lime is more heavy than fertilizer. Just hang on, and I'll get out of this mess, and I'll get back with you. Well, that's better. I just unattached it and went and got our Massey. It has a heavier weight on front, and it's also a heavier tractor. Now, most of these spreaders, when you're spreading lime, have a narrower spread width, usually about half or so. And it will go through lime typically quite a bit faster than it did the fertilizer. Oh, now that's a pleasant surprise. Looks like the spread width's the same. Wasn't expecting that either. Well, that's nice. As you can see, the lime is going down a lot faster than our fertilizer was. That's fine. We've got lots. And it didn't cost us anything. Yeah, as I suspected, I'm going to have to fill up a few times. All right, well, I'll carry on working on this, and I'll get all our fields limed, and I'll bring you back in when it's done. All right, the liming's all done. I've unloaded that. We'll use our telehandler to get that back in the silo. We used up just about half of the lime we had in our silo. Now we need to go and put the last fertilizer application on this field. It should allow us to do it. That little band there, you can see that's where I expanded the field. Oh, those little patches are kind of interesting. Wonder why they did that. All right, that's it. Job done. All fertilized, all limed. Seeding is next. I'll get set up for that. I also noticed I missed a couple rocks on this one field, so I'll catch those as well and get them off there. So I'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, I took care of those few rocks. I have our seeder hooked onto our tractor, but it needs some repair. So we'll take care of that. Might as well repair our tractor while we're at it here. Now I think it's about half full of seed. Does it tell us from here? 304 liters out of 6. So we are going to need some seed. So what I'm going to do is jump in my pickup truck and head to the store, and I'll meet up with you down there. All right, let's get our seed loaded and head back to the farm. Now the shop has something to help us with that. They have a front lifter or a front loader here for their customers to use to load up product. Again, not ours, but we're free to use it. Now I have to admit, I've never used a big bag lifter before, so this is a very first. That's why I have the help window open. Alright, what do we do here? Oh, attaches just like that. Wow. I never actually really appreciated the size of those. Never looked to see how heavy they were. I hope our pickup truck can handle it. Oh. Just detach. Oh, yeah. I tended normally just to buy in bulk, but it's cost prohibitive here. Well, it was for fertilizer, I just assuming for seed, so. I think there's a silo we can buy that we can have seed delivered to. Little tricky here. Oh, that was the wrong button. There, finally got it. The best and a little oopsie, but we made her. Wasn't the most elegant job, but we'll be able to take her back. All right, I'm back here at the farm with our pickup truck full of big bags. Getting the big bag lifter though at the shop was only half the story. I had to get one here to put on our telehandler so we can offload those. Oh, and those of you with sharp eyes may have noticed on that last segment that we had quite a bit of money. I had put a government subsidy sign down to buy the wheel loader at the shop and forgot to adjust the funds, but I've done that now, so we're at the appropriate amount. Like I said, never. Oh, grab the front. Well, I guess it doesn't matter which one we grab. I've actually never used these before, but I'm pretty sure we can just take this over top of our seeder and it'll fill, or we could put it into our silo too and load from there. We may, there is a silo we can put in where we can have seed delivered, or we may just stick with the big bags. Like I said, I've actually never used them before. It's kind of interesting. We're going to change our crop type here. Canola is a pretty good crash crop, and I think we'll put it in our 2 large fields. By harvest time, maybe we can put the grain mill in. I was thinking of maybe doing a test on the grain mill. Take your canola and sell the crop off and see what you get, and then process it all through the grain mill, or the oil mill, I should say, and see what we get. I'm just wondering if in the time it takes to reseed the plant and have the field produce another crop, will oil mill be able to process all your canola? You may get more for it, but you may have to wait longer to see the money. So I was thinking of setting up and doing a test on that. I think in our other two fields we'll probably put in wheat or barley. So we've got some straw in case we want to do some animals and we need some bedding material. Now, as you can see, we don't have a very big seeder, so this is going to take some time. So I'll actually probably get a worker on that, and I'll take the JCB over and move those pallets of planks across to the carpentry shop. Our equipment is dirty. We're going to have to look at getting a jet wash. Anyways, I'll get a worker set up and going on this, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Well, our worker is carrying on with seeding our canola in our large field. I did move the wooden plank pallets from the sawmill to the carpentry shop. When I got there, there were 3. But I had forgotten about our pallet of furniture, and I think we're going to hang on to that as the price will be increasing here. And I decided we need to have some place to put that, so I put in this shelter here. Now, I would have liked to have had a completely enclosed shelter, but this is all our budget allowed. If we take a look at the sheds, they are mostly pretty pricey. I mean, there's some nice looking ones here, like that wouldn't have been a nice one right there. So we were kind of limited. So that's what we went with. And it kind of suits our decor. And the other thing is it gives us a place to put our honey pallets over here and our big bags if we have any left. And I think for now we're going to stick with using the big bags because I actually took our other one out by the field that's sitting there, and so when our seeder needs filled, until such time as we can afford an auger wagon to cart our seed, I think we'll just stick with using the big bags. So we want to put them out of the weather as well. I do have a couple pallets here that are full with lime and a couple over there with fertilizer. So I'm going to get the telehandler over there and stick those into our silo. So that's what I'll do next. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, as you can see, I brought our furniture pallet over and stuck it here in our shelter, tucked it back in the corner so it should be safe for the elements for now. But what I really wanted to show you was I put in a large floodlight. It looks like it should light up the yard pretty good, so we can get at our contents of our shelter and see what we're doing during the night or do any other work around the yard. You can find these under the construction, under decoration, under lights, And there's quite a large selection. That's the one I went with, $600. But if that doesn't work, I mean, there's some other massive ones. So we'll find something that works, lights up our yard. But, oh, you know what we should do while we're here? Is let's go over to Tools and let's put in our jet wash while we're at it. Oh, I think right beside our shop here should work nicely. So put that in because we can wash our equipment because it's some of it's in dire need. A lot of it looks like that. So, all right. Well, the seeding continues. I'll catch up with you in a little bit and give you an update on that. Well, our worker has finished sowing both our fields with canola. I'm just taking the JCB with the big bag on it here, top up the seeder, and we'll get a worker going on putting the, well, I've decided on barley, just because I'm thinking wouldn't mind getting some pigs as our first animals, so, and barley we can use to feed the pigs. I think I mentioned already I'm kind of enjoying using these big bags, so I think for now anyways, that's what we'll continue to do. Till we don't have the time, I guess, to deal with it anymore. We need to do something more efficient. That was our first one. I'll just move this out of the way for now. And I think we'll do the same thing. We'll get a worker going on this. Oh, that just about filled our seeder up. I don't know if that'll be enough seeds to do both fields. It should be pretty close, I think. So we'll get a worker going. This combination seems to work pretty good, the Massey and the cedar. Not a very big cedar, but like I said earlier, I think it's getting the job done anyways. For now, it'll do. Certainly we're going to want to look at, oh, it looks like there's a little bit of wheel slip going on there. The Massey doesn't have the option of putting weights in the tires, just the front weight. Maybe if they had weighted tires, it might be a little better, but a little bit of a hillside there too, but should have more than enough power for that cedar. I think the cedar only takes 100, it's around 120 or 125 horsepower. Supposedly our Massey has 190, so should be plenty of tractor for it. Well, I think this guy knows what he's doing, so we'll let him carry on. I'm going to go do some equipment repairs and washing, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. All right, our fields are all seeded. Actually finished just a little before dark, but I waited until dark to bring you back in so we could see how our yard light worked. And I say it's working pretty good. I've got everything tidied up here in the yard. I've got all the equipment repaired and washed. That's why our money went down. Our combine took quite a bit to repair. It has like close to 1,300 hours on it. I did a little landscaping in around here and kind of made a bit of a track. And the same over here. Made a track over to our other fields. So I've been keeping an eye on the used equipment because what we need to do next is roll our fields just in case a roller came up for sale, but nothing so far. But it was too close to dark to start it when we finish seeding, so we'll wait till morning and maybe we'll get lucky then. So I will catch up with you in the morning. Well, as you can see, it's early the next morning. It's been our habit in the morning to go and check what's happened on the farm overnight, so don't see any reason to stop that tradition. As usual, we'll start with our greenhouses because they're closest. Nothing there for the lettuce yet, but we're at 473 liters, so I think we'd be getting close. Honey continues, but that pallet's not full yet. And tomatoes are at 446, so we know that they're 500-liter pallets, so they're getting pretty close. No furniture yet, but we're at over 500 liters, so we're over halfway there for another pallet of furniture. And we have, as per usual, a couple pallets of planks. Should see what our wood is at. We've got 36,000 liters there. Never thought to take notice over here. 28,000, so we have quite a bit. It's not going down that quick, actually. Well, let's jump in our Massey and head to the farm because we need to do something about a roller for our fields. And we also need to haul our couple loads of rocks. But speaking of which, let me get in the Massey here and get rolling. I was talking to the manager at the farm shop late yesterday. I didn't realize that they've been selling quite a bit of the lime. We've been supplying them to a cement company, and it's in a large city about 40 miles from here. They've had a couple large contracts, and their regular lime supplier has been having difficulty keeping up, so they've been coming to the farm shop to get it. And they approached the farm shop to see if it would be possible if they could get at least another 40,000 liters on a weekly basis or daily basis for us, dedicated just to them. So they approached us, and I said, certainly we can do that. So starting tomorrow, we're going to start to haul 3 loads of stone to be crushed for lime to sell on. So that's some good news. On the bad news side, the bank also called, and they're looking for a payment. So we need to give them a payment today. They'd like at least 5,000, but I was thinking we might be able to do a little better than that, depending on what it costs us to lease a roller and stuff. So that's kind of what we're up to here so far. I don't think, judging from what I've seen on the wood supply, that I'm going to do any logging today. I'm kind of holding out so we can justify leasing the Scorpion King, and then haul a couple loads to each facility. Bringing the Massey down just to stretch his legs, and it was parked in front, so I know it's a little bit slower. Oh, here's our used. Oh, ooh, Deutz Far. Oh, way out of our price league right now. So nothing to help us there. Oh, should have stayed in there. What was I thinking? So we need a roller. Well, that one's pretty pricey. It's fairly good size. It's also getting close to our horsepower limit. So I think we'll just go with, oh, what's this one? No, it's only 0.4 meters wider, so I think we'll speed. There's a bit of a speed advantage, though. Oh, maybe we'll do that because it is a little faster. Oh, standard should be just fine. Ooh, no, we don't. We want to lease that. Well, I'll get hooked up to this and get it back to the farm, and I will catch up with you then. Well, we're back here at our farm. Let's get our fields rolled here. Actually, just let me stop there. I'll just jump out here and make sure it is actually working. There's probably no reason it shouldn't, but why does it say it needed rolling now? Maybe I was just maybe I just moved over too close to the edge. Yeah, it's working. I'm just a little confused there, so we'll go ahead and boy, there isn't much of a texture change there. Oh, but there's enough that we can see. I'll do this end of the field by myself or on my own without a worker, just because I got to work around those rocks anyway, and then I'll get a worker going on it, and I'll haul our stones. This is probably the largest roller we can handle with our horsepower, realistically. Now I've been recording this over a couple sessions, and before I came on I forgot to look and see what we were at time-wise, but I think we got to be reasonably close, so we may be a little under, we may be a little over, but in any event, I think we'll call it an episode there. Like I said, I'll carry on around these rocks, and then I'll get a worker on it, and I'll haul some rocks down to our crusher, but you're still with me. I appreciate you watching. If you found it entertaining or got something useful out of it, I encourage you to hit the like button. If you're enjoying the series and want to keep following it, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell, so you know when new content is posted. But for now, I'll just say thanks for watching, and until next time, Farmer Murphy signing out.